Hey guys, it's Denise, and we are here at Dalton Farm, and we are at the PotemaCare Clinic, and this is the last addition to Dalton Farm that I have not showed you guys yet. So I thought I would go ahead and give you a little tour of it, and yeah, so here we go, and we'll do a little bit more junk decorating too in this video. I've already done a little bit of junk decorating in here, but I haven't done a whole lot. So here we have coffee corner, since most of the PotemaCare clinics usually have a special little coffee area. We've got two doctors set up over here, and this is one of the shelves that we will be decorating. This is the other one that I have so far. Actually, I recorded myself decorating this shelf, but it was like an hour-long video, so I wasn't able to upload it. Sorry about that, guys. This is just their little area back here where they do their paperwork and where they sleep. It is kind of cramped, but that is all right. Now there is another spot upstairs where they do some more like research. I'll show that to you. And then for all the doctors and nurses or whatever that visit, or for the patients, they've got just these extra lockers here for whatever they need to store. There's a little water fountain over here. I just lined up these benches along the wall in case people were waiting for someone to get well or whatever. Made the little bathroom here. And then I stuck a Nuka-Cola machine there. And then here's like their research stuff, and they've got everything hooked up to your Vault Tech population management, and then they've got, you know, their seating and everything back here. More storage.
So damn hungry.
Another waiting area. And the bedroom, or not the bedroom, but where they the patient's room where they get well or they have to stay. They've got ottomans underneath the bed. They've got hampers, TVs. Yeah, so I didn't, there's really not room for a lot of junk decoration up here. You could always, you know, put some stuff maybe on this coffee table and some things on this desk, and you can always put some cola in here, and hopefully nothing freezes up on us or anything. I've taken down a lot of the junk decoration out of this settlement so that when I'm doing these videos, you know, things won't freeze up or won't have a chance to as much as they would as if I left up all the junk decorations everywhere else. We'll just drop a few different kinds of these, I guess. Now on these, they drop down all messed up, you know, like, so instead of just picking each one up and trying to rotate it, you know, to the way that you want it, I just go ahead and use the workshop and get them standing upright. I believe that this saves a lot of headache that you would otherwise be messing around with these bottles, getting them trying to turn the right way, manually rotating them. And so basically when you pick it up from the front, basically the only rotation you need to do is to make sure it's rotating like that. And of course this one I picked up a little bit sideways, so it's not perfectly going. There it is. Now it's perfectly going, you know, up and down. So this is the, you know, if you're putting something face forward, this is the only way that you would need to rotate it. So just this in here.
All the soda you can drink.
And I usually go pretty slow doing the bottles because they seem to bounce around quite a bit, especially when you're trying to put them in these Nuka-Cola machines. They'll bounce around quite a bit. You can already see it's kind of gyrating there a little bit.
So damn hungry.
You can actually fit quite a few bottles in these. I know some people only like to put, you know, 2 or 3 in there, but you can fit quite a few. And I usually like to pack them full. You know, you can usually fit like 5 or 6 in the bottom and then 3 or 4 in the top. And I used to be able to get the bottles in the top straight standing up. I didn't used to have to put them sideways. And I don't know how I did that. Maybe one of the patches made it to where you can't or something, I don't know. But I used to be able to put bottles in the top straight up and down. But now when you try to do it, of course, you know, it won't work. So I'm getting a little bit of lag here. I don't know if this is gonna work for us or not. Me trying to decorate here, I mean. Okay, so on this part, what I would do is just lay it down like that. And then when you pick it up, you don't gotta do any extra rotation, just stick it in there on its side. And then, you know, there you go. You have it. You could always stuff more in there if you can. Some of you in the comments were saying that you wanted me to show me putting up more intricate type of decorations, like smaller items. So let's just see what I have in here as far as smaller items that I can use. I think oh, I'm getting a brain freeze here. The military grade circuit boards and the oil cans, I think, were 2 that were asked of me. I'm gonna drop some of these because they're not really like doctory type things for a hospital, but I want to go ahead and stack some of those because they're one of those ones that's kind of weird to stack because they're kind of lumpy. The bowling pins are always a challenge to try to get lined up correctly. Where is the I don't have any military grade circuit boards. Did I just pass it? Military grade duct tape. Oh well. There's some smaller items, but I'll try to do like the medicine and stuff like that. Again, this is one of those items where it's not really that much of a headache to rotate these metal buckets, but it's a bigger item. You'd have to put it down on the bottom shelf, but that's one thing. In fact, I might just leave it right there. When you're stacking this stuff up here, you always want to start with the top shelves first, or anything above the bottom shelf, because you're going to need the bottom shelf to stand on in order to put everything else up there. I guess I'll just put some more of these up here on the top. These aren't too hard to work with. They're pretty friendly, I guess. With these smaller items, you know, I couldn't find any of the blue or wooden buckets out in the Far Harbor, or I actually don't know where to get them, or anywhere that's nearby to this settlement to get them for like things like light bulbs and stuff. Otherwise, with the light bulbs, you're just you know, those little buckets are really good to put those in to kind of keep them a little bit more organized. Otherwise, you're just kind of forced to just plop those down there and just try to keep them organized that way. So let's try to put some of these up here. Let's see, I don't know. SarDeliac was asking me about the depth perception. I guess I don't really know any tips on how to really deal with that, except get as close to the item as you can, I guess, and that kind of helps out a little bit when you're decorating and you're trying to, you know, see where it's going to be put at. But like I said before, when you start doing this quite a bit, it becomes more second nature to you after a while, and you just kind of get used to how big an item is, what its collision bar is or whatever, you know, what things are going to be the easiest to decorate with. Obviously, most of the big items are going to be really great to decorate with. Like the Mr. Handy fuels are really big and they take up a lot of space. You could just like line them across the bottom. It would still look, you know, full and look like, you know, something that they would sell at their store, you know. And then you wouldn't have to put, you know, 20,000 bottles of Buff Out up there. Of course, I don't know what hospital would necessarily sell fuel like that, but I don't know. You know, maybe they're sharing space with this vendor over here. Of course, he's gonna sell mostly like foodstuffs. So maybe these high-powered magnets are something they use, you know, back in the hospital or something. I don't know. So that's a little bit more believable than fuel, I think. I know I was really wanting to show you guys the Blast Radius board games, because sometimes they're really hard to stack. Let's see, I was gonna go over here to Aid and see how much Buff Out I had, because Buff Out is like the worst thing to stack, or not stack, but to stock on the shelves, because it just, I don't know, I just hate these bottles. They move around a whole lot. They don't stay where you want them. I don't know, I may have some luck here. Their collision, like, if one bumps into another, I mean, it just messes up the whole shelf.
I can patch you up if you need it. For a small fee.
Let's see if she has some more
I need some supplies, Doctor.
Let's see what I can spare.
medicine. Oh, she doesn't have any buff out. Okay, I was really wanting to put more like medicine-y stuff type of stuff up there. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, I have buff jet. That's kind of like the same thing. Now, if you're wanting these tags to face perfectly out, I would say just, you know, drop it down and maneuver around it to where you're in front of it. Otherwise, go into the workshop and make it to where it's facing forward, and then go at it from that angle. The less you have to manually rotate it, the better, in my opinion anyways. I really don't know what else. I mean, jet is another one of those that, you know, they're gonna kind of be like the light bulbs. They're just gonna, you know, be one of those things that you're just gonna have to just, you know, sit down on the shelf and you know, because I wouldn't spend the time to get every single piece of jet lined up in a row to where it would look all straight and everything. I'm just content with plopping it down on the shelf and it's fine. The rotation on it is annoying anyways, so the medics are pretty the medics are really easy to work with. You don't even have to make sure it's facing the right way. You just pick it up and just set it on the shelf, and then you can just line them up in a row. And I don't know, I think they look good. They work really well. You don't have to stack them. They look fine just going down a single row, and it takes usually about 8 or 9 to do a full shelf going this way, and then if you go across, of course, it'd be like 3 rows, so it'd roughly be about 27 things of medics to fill the whole shelf. So it's not a very hard one to work with. Mentats are pretty nice too. Now you can do these 2 different ways. You can either set them on the shelf like this and then just like stack them up, or you can take it and rotate it to where it's facing like that and then just line them up going this way and going that way. Now I really think that the smaller medicine bottles are better served on like the brown bookshelf as opposed to these bigger shelves, because it'd be a whole lot of medicine to fill up these bigger shelves. Let's mess around with some of the water, because it's another one that I'm not crazy about. I really don't like it all that much. Okay, now with the water, it's got that label on the front, so if you're really wanting it to look, you know, all front facing with the label, I would say use the workshop to get it facing that way first. Facing the way you want it. Whoops, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, and then, you know, pick it up front facing, pull it up in front of you, and, you know, get it rotating, I guess, top to bottom. Okay, so we'll just put this down here. I mean, there's really no rhyme or reason to how I'm putting these on here. I just wanted you guys to see me do some more decorating with smaller items. I don't really have any of the circuit boards or vacuum tubes with me. I don't really
What the
think I've
hell is
messed
a
around with
synth
vacuum
anyway?
tubes too much. They're another one of those items that are kind of like the jet and the light bulbs. You just kind of have to set them on a shelf, and then that's it, unless you have, like I said, one of those little buckets that you have to physically drag back to your settlement to put stuff in. And that's not usually a big deal if there's a place nearby that you can farm those from. But if there's not, then it's kind of like you just have no other choice but to just set them on the shelf, pretty much. See, the reason I don't like the water bottles is I don't know, they just don't look like they're,
Every day, another harbor man leaves the island.
they always look like they're really messy on the shelf. No matter how straight you line them up. Now this is one thing I like doing is, if you can't get something pushed all the way back to the back, is to use another item to push it back with. No, that one didn't work very well, but it did work. It works better with like clothing or something like this where you can push it more firmly. Those are so floppy. It just kind of did that bounce back in your face type of thing. Another thing I do not like is the Psycho. It does not stack very well. It kind of like slides off of each other. I'll show you.
Fog. It's dangerous, okay?
Because it's such a weird shape, I guess. It's like, it just doesn't do what you want it to do, or it doesn't do what I want it to do anyways.
If you need fixing up, let's get a look at you.
Okay, so then
Children of Adam
if
are
you were to
dangerous.
stack it on
Don't
here,
trust 'em.
see, and it always takes the other one with it too. So I don't know. It's just another one that really annoys the crap out of me.
I'm scraping.
And Psycho is another one too that gets messed up quite a bit. If you fast travel away and come back, at least in my game, it seems like it's one of the ones that gets messed up. That and the buff out, definitely. See, that needle on the end it will always like mess everything else up. But on the medics, their needle doesn't do that. So I mean, it's just, I don't know. Let's see if we can stack how many we can stack on here. Whoops. How many we can stack. I don't want to go too long on this video because the one that we did the other day took like, it was just a 30-minute video. It took 4 hours to, wait, no, it took 3 hours to render, and then it took another 2 hours to upload to YouTube. And this is just a 30-minute video. So you guys can see why I'm not doing, you know, an hour long or whatever Let's Builds. Even if they were speeded up, you know, I've had a lot of people tell me they don't like to see builds that are sped up just because, or even decoration that's sped up. I mean, imagine me doing this and having it sped up. I mean, that would give anyone a headache, I think. You know, but some people do like videos like that. But if you're the type of person that likes to see what's going on and understand what is going on a video where someone's building like that, you know, you kind of want to see it more in like real time as opposed to having it sped up. So even if it was sped up, an hour-long video, take it again down to 30 being sped up. I mean, it's still gonna take, you know, like 3 hours to render and 2 hours to upload. So I mean, in that instance, I can't really win for losing. So I'm just doing the best I can, guys. I hope this is helpful. You're starting to see right now what I'm talking about with the Psycho, that you know, it does not stack very well. It just, and if you like this kind of look, it's totally fine. But you could see, like, it looks like a pile of mishmash to me. But if you're wanting, you know, your drugstore to have Psycho, I mean, there's really no way to get, you know, get past this, because it's just gonna see what it's doing. It's just, now that one piece messed up this one. Now when you pick this one up, it's gonna mess up that one. And so you just gotta play around with it, and it definitely depends on, you know, how much this stuff annoys you. You know, is it gonna be something that, you know, causes you to get physically ill? You know, then no, it's not worth it. Stick to the ones that you know will work easy and don't cause yourself any, you know, stress or whatnot. So I'll just keep trying to stack this, since it is one of the annoying ones that I hate, and we'll just see what it does here. And I know y'all are probably going to be like, you know, oh, you know, when you stack it, you know, it looks so easy, but really, I mean, to me, like, doing this right now with the Psycho, this is not easy to me. It's like,
Whatever.
you're scared. I mean, I'm scared, like this one. Okay, it's frozen there. It's not gonna right itself. Usually the items do. This one's not. Okay, now it went on there. Ugh, it's so annoying. I don't know, it just looks like a... Doesn't it look just like a pile of mishmash? I mean, it doesn't even look straight. It doesn't look like I put any effort into stacking these. You know, like, it just looks like...
On account of the children of Adam.
I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. And I've actually never stacked Psycho this high before on a shelf, but like I said, if you use the brown bookshelf, it's a lot better for the drugs, because they're you know, they're smaller, and I think they just look better on the smaller shelf anyways. And I'm trying to think what other shelf that the drugs might look good on.
Ordnance like that, no wonder you wiped out those crabs.
You can always try to put them in the bottom shelves of the vendor stall, merchant stand, vendor stall, whatever you want to call it, and take your chances with that. But every time I've tried to put stuff in there, they just mess up really bad. They don't want to work right. They fall through. They just... Yeah, so see what I'm talking about? If you have a bigger space and you start stacking these, they just look like... I mean, they just don't look good to me. But, I mean, it can be done. I mean, so... let's see. I'm running out of time here, guys. So, again, I hope this was helpful to you. If it's not helpful to you, please give me some feedback. Let me know what I can decorate with that would maybe be helpful to you personally. I'm really, if I don't get any feedback, I'm kind of just at a loss as to what I can stack with. Like I said, the military circuit board, I know SarDeliac wanted to see that, and as well, what was that other item? I can't remember, but I actually had picked up so much stuff that I actually thought I had that military grade circuit board on me. So other than that, I hope I covered everything for you guys. So I guess I'll see you in the next one. Like I said, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see, and I'll do my best to try it. So see y'all later. Take care. Bye.